On January 7th, 1948, a decorated World War II combat pilot locked his sights in on a massive shimmering disk floating high above the skies of Kentucky. He radioed his control tower to report that the object looked metallic and was of tremendous size. Moments later, his radio went dead as his fighter aircraft pushed past the safe operational limits. Before the sun set that afternoon, his Mustang fighter plummeted out of the sky, scattering debris across a quiet farm in Franklin, Kentucky. This was Captain Thomas Mantell, Jr., the first military pilot in history to lose his life during an official pursuit of an unidentified flying object.
From shadow governments to paranormal mysteries, from UFO encounters to the unexplained, this is the Fringe Files. Unlock the secrets hidden just beyond the edge of reality.
The story begins shortly after 1 o'clock in the afternoon over Godman Army Airfield at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Military tower operators receive a series of urgent calls from local law enforcement and military police posts across the state. Dozens of eyewitnesses reported seeing a massive, round, bright white object moving silently through the afternoon sky. State police in Owensboro and Irvington described the aerial shape of a circular, glowing, and nearly 300 feet long in diameter. At Godman Airfield, Tower Commander Colonel Guy Hicks walks outside with binoculars to inspect the skies himself. Hovering thousands of feet above the clouds was a distinct, gleaming, cone-like object reflecting a brilliant white light. The object remained strangely stationary for over an hour, baffling seasoned military observers who knew no known aircraft could hover in that manner. At 2 o'clock, 4 F-51D Mustang fighters from the Kentucky Air National Guard approached the airfield on a routine training flight. The flight was led by 25-year-old Captain Thomas Mantell, Jr., a highly experienced pilot who had earned a Distinguished Flying Cross for his service in Europe during D-Day. Godman Air Tower radioed Mantell directly, requesting that he divert his flight to investigate the unknown object over the base. Mantell agreed without hesitation and broke formation with 3 of his wingmen and began to aggressively ascent toward the anomaly. As the fighters climbed past 10,000 feet, 2 of the pilots noticed their fuel levels were low and turned back toward the runway. The 3rd pilot continued to climb with Mantell, but neither aircraft was equipped with oxygen masks for high-altitude flight. At 15,000 feet, the 2nd pilot warned Mantell that climbing higher without oxygen was extremely dangerous. Mantell pushed his supercharged engine harder, determined to close the gap between his aircraft and the mysterious object. At 2:45, Mantell made his final radio transmission back to the control tower. He reported that the object was directly above him, moving at a speed equal to his own, and appeared to be metallic and colossal in size. He stated that he would climb to 25,000 feet, and if he could not get closer, he would abandon the chase. That was the last message ever recorded from Captain Thomas Mantell. The wingman who reportedly remained nearby was forced to level off at 20,000 feet due to hypoxia symptoms and watched Mantell disappear in a cloud cover alone. Minutes later, residents from a farm near Franklin, Kentucky, heard a terrifying roaring sound echoing from the clouds above. Eyewitnesses looked up to see Mantell's fighter plane falling vertically in a tight spin toward the ground. The aircraft struck the earth on the farm of Joe Phillips, disintegrating on impact and spreading wreckage over a wide area. First responders and military investigators arrived at the crash site within hours to secure the perimeter. Mantell was pronounced dead at the scene. His watch stopped precisely at 3:18 in the afternoon. The Air Force immediately opened an official investigation under the umbrella of Project Sign, the early military task force assigned to evaluate UFO reports. Initial military press release suggests that Mantell had suffered from oxygen deprivation, lost consciousness, and allowed his plane to dive out of control. However, controversy exploded when official explanations began to shift rapidly over the following weeks. The Air Force first claimed that Mantell was chasing the planet Venus, which was visible in the sky that afternoon. Astronomers quickly debunked that claim, proving that Venus was too far dim at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to account for a metallic object seen by hundreds of observers. Shortly after the Venus explanation failed, the military revised its official stance to claim Mantell had pursued a secret Navy skyhook weather balloon. Skyhook balloons were massive, translucent plastic spheres used for high-altitude cosmic ray research in the late 1940s. While a skyhook balloon fitted the description of a large, gleaming shape, no records ever confirmed a launch in that region on January the 7th. Furthermore, witnesses on the ground and tower operators with high-powered optics insisted the object accelerated horizontally at tremendous speeds, something a drift balloon could never accomplish. This creates a massive friction point between the official paper trail and the physical evidence gathered at the airfield. If Mantell was simply chasing an unannounced research balloon, why did the experienced observers describe it rapidly conducting intelligent maneuvers? If it was a simple case of high-altitude distortion, why did multiple military towers across the region track the same target for hours? We want to hear your perspective on this. Let us know. Do you believe Captain Mantell fell victim to a secret military atmospheric balloon test, or did he encounter something truly anomalous in the skies over Fort Knox? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now and let us know where you stand on the evidence. At the core of this investigation lies a fundamental principle that defines our entire pursuit of history. We believe in standing firm on public truth, especially when official narratives begin to shift and blur under scrutiny. When ordinary citizens and decorated military officers witness an undeniable event, their courage to report what they saw deserves absolute respect. Captain Thomas Mantell was a decorated veteran who risked his life for this country, and his memory should never be obscured by rushed cover stories or easily brushed off. Question shifting to explanation is not about conspiracy. It's about holding institutions accountable to the facts. We owe it to the witnesses, to history, to the truth that keeps asking the difficult questions that others would rather leave buried. If you value deep, objective dives into mysteries and unexplained events, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now. Follow our podcast, share this episode with fellow enthusiasts, and turn on the notifications so you'll never miss an investigation. For exclusive files, historic breakdowns, and deep dives, make sure you check out the link at the top of our show note. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Stay vigilant and keep seeking the truth.